It's all here in black and white. This is one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever made. It's the tomb of an ancient king, complete with golden treasures, but there's one problem. It was discovered over 100 years ago and we know exactly where it is. It's right there behind me in the back of this museum. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to explore the mysterious Tomb of Seuthes III. As many of you may already know, I am currently traveling through Bulgaria, and in my last video I told you that I would be visiting some of the most important Thracian sites during my stay here. And since I have always been fascinated by the history of these mysterious people, I can't wait to share what I have learned with you. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any of our adventures. Now, before we continue, let me tell you why this place is so special. When it comes to the history of Bulgaria, the Thracians are considered to be one of the most significant ancient civilizations. They settled on the Balkan Peninsula around the 8th century BC, and their culture flourished until the 2nd century AD, when they were eventually conquered by the Roman Empire. The Thracians were known for their unique burial rituals, which often involved the construction of large and elaborate tombs filled with valuable treasures. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the tomb that we are exploring today belonged to King Seuthes III, who ruled over the Thracian kingdom from around 330 to 300 BC. His tomb was discovered in 1949 near the village of Kazanlak, just a few kilometers from here, and it is now known as the Kazanlak treasure or the Scepter of Thrace. According to legend, the Odyssey king was buried with his entire fortune, including gold coins, jewels, and even chariots. But no one really knew where his final resting place was until it was accidentally stumbled upon by a farmer who noticed a strange bulge in his field. When archaeologists began excavating the site, they uncovered a huge dome-shaped mound, which is known as a tumulus. The mound contained 2 burial chambers. The first chamber was decorated with frescoes depicting scenes from Greek mythology. There were also several sarcophagi, but none of them contained human remains. The second chamber, however, was much more intriguing. It was richly decorated with intricate carvings and paintings, and it contained the skeleton of a man who was believed to be King Seuthes. Archaeologists also found a number of artifacts in the chamber, including gold coins, jewelry, and weapons. What makes this discovery so significant is that it provided an unprecedented glimpse into the culture and traditions of the Thracian people. The artifacts found in the tomb are now on display in various museums around the world, including the National Archaeological Museum in Sofia, and you can see many of them right here in this museum. As you can see, the tomb consists of 3 main parts: the burial chamber, the antechamber, and the entrance passage. In the center of the burial chamber, there is a large stone coffin made of white marble and granite. This is where the body of King Seuthes was laid to rest. The walls and ceiling of the chamber are covered with intricate carvings and paintings. On the ceiling, you can see the image of the Milky Way, which the Thracians believed was a path to the afterlife. The walls are decorated with scenes from Greek mythology, such as the story of Persephone and Hades. You can also see some more abstract designs, such as the famous meander pattern, which is a type of Greek key pattern that was popular in ancient times. But perhaps the most impressive part of the tomb is the antechamber. This is the area where visitors would have waited before entering the burial chamber. The antechamber is decorated with some of the most exquisite frescoes in the entire tomb. One of the most notable frescoes is the one that depicts the so-called Scepter of Thrace. This is a large ceremonial staff that was probably used by the king in religious and political rituals. It is decorated with intricate carvings of mythical creatures such as griffins and centaurs. There are also some abstract designs on the scepter, as well as the king's name written in the ancient Thracian language. But the antechamber also contains other interesting artifacts, such as a marble fountain and a bronze mirror. The fountain was probably used for ritual purification, while the mirror may have been used for cosmetic purposes. As we move on to the entrance passage, we can see how the passage is decorated with frescoes of winged genii, which were believed to be spirits that could bring good or bad luck. The Thracians believed that these genii could help guide the soul of the deceased on its journey to the afterlife. Unfortunately, we don't know much about the life of King Seuthes III, but his tomb gives us a fascinating glimpse into the culture and traditions of the ancient Thracians. If you're interested in learning more about this amazing civilization, I highly recommend visiting the National Archaeological Museum in Sofia or this museum here in Kazan. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.